Hello and welcome, everyone. We're about to jump into something really powerful from the Quran. And this isn't just some dry theological lesson, oh no. This is a deeply human story, all about the ethics of speech and, the incredible weight our words actually carry in the real world. So let's just start right here. What happens when a simple rumor spirals into a full-blown spiritual emergency? I mean, really think about that. This isn't just a what-if scenario. We're going to explore a real, historical event where an entire community was brought to the brink, almost torn apart, just by words. And it got so serious that divine guidance had to step in and address it directly. All right, so let's get into the details. The thing is, the Quran doesn't treat this incident like some forgotten historical footnote. Not at all. It presents it as a timeless lesson for all of us, like a case study carved in stone, really. It's all about how fragile trust can be and the sheer destructive power of speech when it's left unchecked. And what's just remarkable right from the get-go is how the divine guidance completely reframes the whole situation. First, it points a finger right at the source. Hey, this problem, it came from within your own group. But then, and this is the amazing part, it tells them, don't just see this as a bad thing. Can you believe that? It's presented as a moment of purification. A tough test that's actually going to make the community stronger in the end.
Okay, so this is where it gets even more intense. The divine intervention doesn't just stop with, okay, those are the people who started it. Nope, it goes deeper. It basically launches a full investigation into how the entire community reacted, and the charge? It was a collective moral and procedural failure.
And just look at this first charge. It comes in the form of a direct question from God to the believers. And it's a gut punch. Why, when you heard it, didn't you just automatically think the best of each other? The expectation was crystal clear. You were supposed to reject the rumor outright, shut it down. Because in this context, staying silent, that wasn't neutral. That was actually a form of complicity.
Wow. And this next point, it is so relevant today, it's almost scary. The Quran talks about people just passing this rumor along, speaking about something they had no real knowledge of, and thinking it was no big deal. Insignificant. But look at this comparison. What we might casually call just sharing or small talk, God calls enormous, a great crime. It's this huge, profound mismatch between how we weigh our words and how God weighs them.
So what's the big takeaway here? It's this. The correct response wasn't to start playing detective and try to get to the bottom of it. The correct response was to simply refuse to engage. Period. The lesson is that some rumors are so baseless, so toxic, they don't even deserve the dignity of an investigation. You're just supposed to shut them down, right then and there. All right, so after diagnosing the problem, the moral failure, the revelation then lays down the verdict. And this isn't just a slap on the wrist. It's a set of clear, actionable rules. Think of it like a divine firewall, designed to prevent this kind of social meltdown from ever happening again. And here we have it, the absolute cornerstone of that firewall. It comes in the form of another one of these piercing questions that just cuts right to the chase. It establishes the legal standard for any accusation this serious. The message? It's not enough to just hear something. You have to bring overwhelming proof. 4. Just let that sink in. Not 1, not 2, 4 eyewitnesses. That number is meant to stop you in your tracks. It's designed to set an incredibly high bar for evidence, for a reason. And this is what we call the burden of proof. It's all designed to protect the honor and reputation of innocent people. It puts all the weight on the accuser. So if you make an accusation, but you can't meet this incredibly high standard, well, then your claim just collapses. And in God's eyes, you are now the one who's considered the liar. There's no middle ground, no gray area. It's that black and white.
So, now we shift gears a bit to look at the aftermath. Because the divine response isn't just a list of cold, hard rules. It's this really powerful blend of a super stern warning, balanced with this profound, almost overwhelming mercy.
And believe me, the warning could not be clearer. This is not just some friendly advice like, hey, you probably shouldn't do this. No, the verse directly links this behavior to your actual faith. The message is as simple as it is serious. If you are a believer, this is a line you just do not cross. It's like a permanent warning label stamped on this kind of talk. But what's really fascinating here is that the criticism goes even deeper than just the act of spreading a lie. It actually targets the love for scandal. You know that feeling when a juicy piece of gossip starts to spread? That's what's being condemned. It's a critique of the entire culture of gossip, our obsession with other people's business, and what you could almost call moral voyeurism, that secret little thrill some people get from seeing scandal spread. And you'll notice, throughout this whole passage, God repeatedly reminds the community of this one thing. Had it not been for Allah's grace and mercy upon you. It's a phrase that almost hangs in the air, you know? It's a constant, powerful reminder of just how serious their mistake was, and that it was only divine mercy that saved them from some immediate, really severe consequences.
Okay, so let's bring this all home. Let's talk about today, because this is not just some dusty 1400-year-old history lesson. This is a divine precedent, a roadmap for how to navigate the absolute chaos of our modern digital world where rumors and words move at the speed of light.
The Quran uses this incredibly powerful analogy. It warns us not to follow the footsteps of Satan. And it's such a brilliant way to describe how slander actually works, right? It's rarely one giant leap into doing something terrible. It's a series of small, tiny, seemingly insignificant steps. You hear something, you don't challenge it, then you repeat it. Think about it. Every forward, every share, every retweet, it's just another one of those footsteps, leading down a really destructive path.
And that leads us to the final point, ultimate accountability. The idea that on the day of judgment, the very tools we use to spread gossip, our own tongues, our own hands that typed on that keyboard, even our feet that carried us to share the news, they will all testify against us. It's a powerful image. There is absolutely no escaping the record of what we've done with our words.
So this is where we'll leave it. This entire divine case study, this historical crisis and its profound resolution, it all boils down to one critical question for our lives, right here, right now. In our age of instant clicks, shares, and forwards, we really have to stop and ask ourselves, whose footsteps are our words actually following?